Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee. Today we're going to watch a scary compilations video, scary videos that made people run. Now, I've had my OBS running in the background for a little while trying to sort out which video to watch, and the camera just went off, which is weird because since I rearranged the cords, it didn't go off last time. So I was kind of hoping it wouldn't do it anymore, but who knows? There may be a few cuts, few edits in this. Obviously, I took the whatever was trying to cancel out all the ads on YouTube because it kept yelling at me. So the ad blocker's gone. So there are going to be cuts when there's ads, but that's about it. So let's get into this video.
Kay is a TikTok user who rarely posts anything unusual, mostly just the occasional photo or everyday update. But away from social media, she works as...
Just one second. I am going to move myself.
a nurse inside the high-security lockdown ward of a hospital, a place that already feels unsettling after the lights go out. One evening, she uploaded a piece of CCTV footage that left her completely shaken. The camera was pointed toward a dark, unused lockdown room that had been closed off and left empty for the day. No patients, no staff, no reason for anyone to be inside. But as the surveillance camera kept rolling, something appeared in the darkness. Keep your eyes on the shadows for this one. From the very first moment, the figure inside that room looks wrong. A pale, human-like shape can be seen lurking behind one of the structural columns, almost hiding in the darkness. But the longer you look, the more disturbing it becomes. Its body appears unnaturally tall, with long, stretched-out limbs that move in a stiff, jerky way. Nothing like a normal person walking.
It almost looks like to me, it's some Mardi Gras and Cinco de Mayo events. They have larger than life skeletons that they use, that they puppet. They look kind of looks like that. Although, if it is a puppet of some sort, they must have some pretty strong batteries to get the eyes to glow like that. And it's weird because it's holding on to the base here, then it stands up and it puts its leg over this part and it's looking out over here afterwards. This is a creepy one.
Through a hospital room. Then, at one point in the footage, a sudden flash of light seems to burst from the figure itself, making the whole clip even harder to explain. No one has been able to figure out where that light came from, or how something with those bizarre proportions could have gotten inside a secured medical facility in the first place. So, did Kay capture a person hiding where they should never have been? Or something far more paranormal caught on camera inside a locked hospital ward? Let me know what you think. TikTok user Sabrina C. Kovan claims her apartment has been experiencing strange activity for a while now. Doors opening and closing by themselves, drawers sliding out when no one is nearby. The kind of small, unsettling moments that are easy to ignore at first, until they start happening too often. Then, one night, Sabrina's CCTV camera captures something far more disturbing. At 5:41 in the morning, her cat is calmly walking through the living room when something suddenly happens.
That's a little sad. This cat, for sure, only has 3 legs, doing a little hoppy thing. Um, that's a little disturbing, but it's gonna scare all the poor animals. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Oh, I don't know what caused the cat to freak out. I didn't see anything. I just saw the cat walking. Then it almost looked like it got kicked or flipped over, and it went flying back this way. Then another cat came out. Then this cat came down, and the dog came down, and there was a bunch of noise over here. And I thought this was a shadow, but it looks like the cat pushed the chair out from the table. So that was, whatever it is pretty strong. And the cats were making some weird hissing noises, like there was something there touching them. That probably was not pleasant for them.
What the hell?
Out of nowhere, the cat appears to be launched into the air, then dragged across the floor toward the dining room by something no one can see. The cat begins hissing violently, reacting as if it's being attacked by an unseen force, while the other pets in the apartment become visibly disturbed. Moments later, a chair under the dining table seems to shift on its own. The noise wakes Sabrina, and she rushes out to check what happened. Thankfully, all of her pets are unharmed, but when she reviews the CCTV footage, she's left completely baffled.
Now, I have seen cats, when they're scared by stuff, jump backwards like that. But that seemed too high for a 3-legged cat to do. And then all the stuff afterwards, it could have just been the cat panicking. But even then, it was still getting decent air. So that is strange. And I figured it was the cats that moved the chair out. I didn't see anything else that would have been over there to move the chair.
Sabrina says this cat could not have jumped like that on its own, because the cat is actually missing one of its legs. So, was this just a bizarre accident caught on camera? Or did Sabrina's apartment capture real poltergeist activity targeting her pet? Let me know what you think. A woman from Alberta, Canada, who goes by the TikTok handle Ranana0007, usually posts completely normal content. Travel clips, daily vlogs, and simple moments from her life. Nothing on her account suggests she was chasing ghosts, monsters, or paranormal activity. But while working a night shift as an on-site security guard somewhere in Alberta, one routine patrol suddenly turned into something deeply unsettling. Out in the distance, she noticed a strange figure moving through the darkness. And whatever it was, it looked wrong enough that she immediately pulled out her phone and started recording.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
Who is it? Braylon!
At first glance, you might think it's just a trespasser walking through the grass. But the longer you watch, the harder that becomes to believe. The figure doesn't walk like a normal person. It moves with this smooth, unnatural glide, almost like its feet aren't touching the ground.
It also doesn't really look like a person. It's an odd shape and it's a shadowy figure. Like, it should be lit up right now, but you don't really see anything but its shadow. This is a weird one too. Oh my god, this is weird.
The way they should. And when the footage is brightened, the sight becomes even more disturbing. The humanoid figure appears to have no visible face, no exposed skin, and its entire body looks covered in thick, dark fur. Shaken, but still needing answers, she returned to the same area on another night to investigate further. From inside her car, she managed to capture the same creature again. Only this time, it seemed to notice her.
We went to a back road by the same gate, seen something, and tried to back into a field we seen behind us. And yes, we are chicken shits.
Yeah, it seems to be over here somewhere, but it's hard to tell because they're backing up and the light's receding, and it looks like they're backing up a hill almost because the light's aimed towards the ground. Yeah, over there.
In the second clip, the figure is no longer just drifting along the edge of the property. Now, its attention appears locked directly on the vehicle. Sitting there in the dark, they watch as the faceless creature slowly begins closing the distance, step by step, moving with terrifying purpose. Panic takes over, and they throw the car into reverse. But the entity keeps coming, pushing forward through the headlights as if it has no fear at all. Eventually, they stop trying to figure out what they're seeing and get out of there. So, did this Alberta security guard capture a strange person in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or did she accidentally drive straight into the territory of something far more disturbing?
That's a little weird. You can't really tell what it is. It doesn't. In the first one, it kind of had a humanoid shape. In the second one, it has no shape at all. It's really hard to see with the shadows in the background. But yeah, that was weird. Now, to me, I would say that was most likely, I don't know, I was going to say almost a bear, but I don't think they look like that. So, at least the ones I saw in the wild never looked like that, and they were always scared. And you're in a vehicle. If it's some sort of creature, hit it. I mean, the worst thing you're going to do is damage the vehicle, right? If there's nothing there, and you're just seeing things, or something's playing tricks on your eyes, then you'll just drive right through anyway. I don't know why you're getting scared and backing up. That's weird. I mean, a vehicle is considered a weapon, so if you don't want to deal with it, just run it over. I was always taught by my driving instructors that if it's between humans and an animal, the animal is going to lose when you're driving. Like if there was a car coming this way and a car coming this and a car going this way, and there was a dog on this side, most people would, if there was no one around, most people would slow down and avoid the dog. If there's someone coming this way and vehicles going this way, and the dog's in the road, and there's no way to avoid the dog, that dog's getting hit, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens. And yeah, it's but like I said, if you're that scared, drive through it, because at worst you'll damage the truck. At best, it'll be nothing at all, and you'll just fly right through it.
Was riding his motorcycle alone down a dark, isolated road at night, on his way to a wedding, when something near the roadside suddenly made him slow down. At that hour, the road should have been empty. No people, no traffic, nothing but his headlight cutting through the darkness ahead. But as he continued forward, a strange figure appeared in the distance, standing out in a place where no one should have been. Watch closely.
It almost looks like he did a U-turn to go back and see what it was. Okay, that kind of gave me goosebumps because it looked like it appeared on the side of the road without actually walking out of the woods or out of people's driveways. It just appeared on the edge of the road and started walking across slowly. That was, ooh, I didn't like that. Okay, so he actually does turn around. I thought that's what was happening in that clip.
As the motorcycle's headlight stretches across the road, it reveals the outline of a tall, pale figure walking along the side. What makes it so unsettling is how strangely calm it seems. It doesn't react to the motorcycle. It doesn't step away. It doesn't even appear to acknowledge it.
I don't know what this is, but when you speed it up, when you play it in full motion, it almost looks like it has a flashlight underneath a sheet. So I'm not sure what that is, and the way he turned around up here and then scooted back this way and saw nothing, that was weird. Because you think you would have seen at least a little shimmer of it somewhere. But if I had been him and I was going to a wedding, I would have kept going. I don't know why he turned around to begin with. That's just me. I mean, he obviously didn't hit whatever this was on his motorcycle, so there was no reason for him to turn around and go back and check. Yeah, so I don't understand that part, but it almost looks like someone's holding a flashlight underneath this sheet because this light appears. Excuse me.
It simply keeps moving forward, silent, stiff, and almost ghost-like. Some viewers believe this could be a roadside apparition, the kind often connected to old accidents, tragedies, or haunted roads where figures appear without warning and vanish just as quickly. So if you were riding alone on that same dark road and something like this appeared in your headlights, would you stop to figure out what it was? Or would you keep driving and never look back?
Yeah, that could easily be faked. Like I said, it almost looks like there's a person under there holding a flashlight with a sheet over their head for some reason. I don't know if it's just to scare people or just to scare this guy. Maybe they knew he was going to the wedding and just wanted to tease him a bit. Who knows? It's strange though.
A security guard was making his rounds alone inside a closed movie theater complex when he heard something that instantly stopped him in his tracks. The sound of a child crying somewhere inside the building. No movies were playing. No guests were inside. The theater had already been shut down to the public for hours, but somewhere in that dark, empty complex, a small child could be heard sobbing.
You can see him right here. What do you mean it's somewhere? Why is he not acknowledging that the baby's right there, the kid's right there?
In the recording, a young child can be seen standing near the ticket counter, clearly upset and crying. At first, it almost looks like a lost kid who wandered away from their parents. But, according to the guard, that should have been impossible. He claimed the building had been completely empty since early that morning. That's why he didn't rush over right away. Instead, he froze, kept his distance, and started filming. Because something about the situation felt wrong.
Not to tell you how to do your job, security guy, but even if you're filming, you should have gone over there and checked on the kid. What the heck, man? Maybe the kid wandered in off the street or something, and then no one paid it. He fell asleep somewhere, and then he got stuck in the building. Who knows? There are things like that do happen, so I don't know why he would not go check on it. That's his job. And I don't mean to not record. There are like harnesses for your video, for your phone or something, so you can record when you need to, for your safety and for everyone else's safety around you. So yeah, I don't understand why he would just sit there and film. That's strange.
Then, as the child slowly moved toward the far end of the theater complex, the crying suddenly stopped. No footsteps echoed through the hallway. No voice called out. No door opened. The entire place went dead silent, as if the child had simply vanished into the darkness.
Let's talk about one other thing about this video. This security guard is sitting in the darkest part of this building. I mean, there's no light around him at all. Or her. No light around them at all. And they're filming out into a brightly lit area. If I was a security guard, that's where I'd be. I mean, who the heck wants to sit in the dark? That is strange in and of itself. But yeah, you can hear the voice just basically cut off, but because he's not filming at that time, the kid's parents could have come, picked him up, and shushed him or something, or who knows. And I mean, often you should hear footsteps in a place that empty looking, echoes or something. But that doesn't mean people can't walk quietly enough that you can't pick it up on a recording. So who knows? The kid could have just been picked up by a parent or guardian or someone else. Who knows?
The guard later searched the building, checking every hallway, theater room, restroom, and restricted area he could access. But he found nothing. No child, no open exit, no sign of how someone that young could have gotten inside or disappeared without a trace. No missing child report was filed that night. No parents ever came forward, and investigators never reached a clear explanation. So was this just a strange misunderstanding? Or did this security guard capture something paranormal inside an empty movie theater? I'll let you decide.
I'm going to say he captured something fairly normal. It doesn't look like anything paranormal to me. Like the kid is a solid figure. It casts its shadow, and because of the way that other area was lit up, there are shadows from like 3 different directions. So I don't think it was faked or anything. I think it was just some kid wandered off from his parents, and his parents came and picked it up. While the security guard was baffled. I don't get that part. Either the security guard didn't get enough training, or what have you. That was strange that they didn't go over right away. My first instinct would be to go make sure the kid was okay and maybe help him find his parents. But that's just me.
A man working inside a cramped maintenance garage beside a cemetery has been documenting something that seems to be getting worse every time he goes back. The building is packed with tools, old equipment, and a bright orange mower sitting near the back. But lately, it feels like something else is in there with him. He has captured strange noises.
We have seen this clip before. This is the poor guy whose wife is expecting, and he's asking for help about what's going on. But this is his house now, and apparently the dog hears things and barks occasionally, but a lot of utensils and knives and stuff get tossed around his house too. But yes, he does. Even in that other clip we saw before, they said he worked at a cemetery. So I'm not sure which part of the clip this is going to be, but this is the same. This is the same guy, because at the end of it, he was trying to figure out. Excuse me. He was trying to figure out what was going on, and he was asking for help. But at the end of the clip, there was a knife point down in the middle of his kitchen, which is a little weird.
Foul smells, objects falling with no clear cause, and an atmosphere so heavy that he says it feels like the garage itself doesn't want him to leave. It all began after he locked up for the day, shut off the lights, and started heading out, only to hear what sounded like a laugh coming from somewhere near the old mower. Not a normal laugh, but something disembodied, unnatural, and close enough to make him turn around. Shaken, he pulled out his phone and stepped back inside to record.
All right, so I was
Okay, so this is him at work. So whatever is haunting his house is also haunting him at work, which is really bad. Because then that means it's not an attachment to his house, it's an attachment to him. So that is definitely not good. You need a cleansing, my dude.
just closing this up, like just locking it up to head out. And I closed the bay, and I was closing this door. I shut the lights off, getting ready to close this door, and heard, I swear, I heard a laugh. And it was the most unnerving, and it was such a weird laugh. it sounded like it was coming from that back mower. Like something was sitting on that back mower.
Now, I'm not sure if that was me hearing something, but it sounded like a ruh when he was talking there for a second. I don't know if he heard that himself or if it's something the recording picked up, but that sounded weird. And then something falling off the shelf in the back there, making a loud noise. That's not good.
I should have just left. I should have left it alone.
Yes, you should have just left. But if this is the same guy as the previous clip, which I'm pretty sure it is, because I remember that TikTok name, it wouldn't have left you alone anyway, because it would have just followed you home.
I don't even know what that was, where it came from, where it went. But I'm not sticking around to find out, so I'm out of here. Screw this. I'm out of here. I am not sticking around.
As he explains what he just heard, a violent metallic crash suddenly explodes from somewhere off camera. The sound is sharp.
Okay, Scary Comp, I know you want to make it exciting, but that was not a loud metallic explosion sound off camera. That was something falling off those shelves. Probably, if I had to go by the sound of it, either a small wrench or screwdriver or a metal washer or something. It didn't sound to be super big or heavy. So odds are, and he couldn't see it. So odds are it was something small and it rolled away underneath the bench. But that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below.
Heavy and echoes across the concrete floor. But when he looks around, nothing appears to be out of place. No fallen object, no obvious source. Nothing that explains the noise. His breathing changes almost instantly, and you can hear the fear settle into his voice as he backs toward the door and gets out of there. For some viewers, that crash alone would have been enough. But this was only the beginning. He later returned during a live stream inside the same garage, and right away, he kept mentioning a disgusting smell he couldn't identify.
This poor guy. What I want to know is why is he live streaming at a cemetery in the work garage? That's strange in and of itself. Like, I know in his previous video, he tried to ignore it so as to not give it more power. So why are you doing a live stream now? That's just a strange way to react. I don't get it. But yeah. Also, why does a cemetery have a cement mixture? I mean, what are they? I guess pouring the base for the headstone would be something they might do. But otherwise, I can't think of a reason to have that there. Like an excavator, I could see. Or if you had to pour a small cement pad or something, or for like a bench or something. What else could there be? I guess some cemeteries have cement slabs over the burial themselves. Use those as headstones if the person doesn't have a actual headstone. But yeah, I can't think of any other reason why they need a cement mixture at the cemetery.
Something like sulfur mixed with decay. That detail becomes even creepier when you remember the garage sits directly beside a cemetery, with a church steeple visible beyond the headstones through the back window. Then, while he was talking to his viewers, something happened that completely changed the mood.
I really do. Good evening from Australia. Hey, Rachel. Good evening. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, maybe put phone away from Rich. Yeah, I don't want to come back to a broken phone. Please go get some fresh. Yeah, I'm gonna go out. Oh God, it smells almost like a skunk mixed with decay and eggs or something. Ask your priest to bless this place. Yeah, actually, I'll show you guys quick. If you could see, there's actually a church right over there on the other side of the fence. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not affiliated with the cemetery, but are you working alone? Yes. I run this place alone. Hello, Caroline. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, God, that smell. It's like right.
It's kind of funny that his phone gets thrown out of his hand during the live. Just after he said he doesn't want to, he's going to put his phone away because he doesn't want it to break. That's almost asking for something to break it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. All right, guys. All right, I don't want to get into that. All right, guys, I gotta go. Oh, shit.
His phone was suddenly knocked straight out of his hand by something he couldn't see. The camera spins, slams onto the concrete, and the screen goes dark. When he grabs it again, his voice is no longer calm. And within seconds, he ends the stream. That sulfur-like smell is also worth noticing, because in many paranormal stories and supernatural traditions, the smell of rotten eggs or sulfur is often linked to something dark, aggressive, or possibly malevolent. Of course, a smell can't be proven on camera. But it's the kind of detail that keeps repeating in this same haunted garage. Then he came back again. This time, it was around dusk, after he claimed to see a ball of light moving outside the garage window. He unlocked the door, stepped inside with his phone recording, and almost immediately, the activity started again.
All right, so I just pulled in. As I was just backing in, I saw either I don't know, some kind of light was in front of this window, and it wasn't like the lights were on in there. It was like a flashlight or I don't know what it was, but I want to start recording as soon as I get it. It was definitely that window. And it wasn't all the light. It wasn't all the lights. All the lights weren't on. It was like I don't know if it was a flashlight or it was like, I don't know. It was like a little ball of light, but it was also had like rays or beams coming from, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like a flashlight shine. Or flashlight shine or something.
Again, that sounds like another small tool falling, or washer or something metallic, definitely, but not super big. So I'm not quite sure what that is. like a bolt or a bigger screw or something.
Good morning. And I see this is on the ground here too. So that somehow fell from there to there by itself overnight. I don't know why it's always this window. I don't know what is the significance with that window.
Well, I think that might have been the door, or maybe this, whatever this stick-looking thing is, might have fallen. But that was wood hitting more wood, or hitting something slightly metal.
Good morning. Now, I had somebody in one of the lives who said he was a medium and swore he was watching a man, older man in overalls, working at this bench during my live.
That's interesting. I have never heard of that. Medium being able to see on a video recording or a live stream an apparition. This is the first I've heard of that. Now, I don't know if that's common or not. If you guys know, let me know down in the description or down in the comments there. But I've never heard that before. That's a new one on me.
But that's where that rotten egg smell was emanating from, was that spot over there. So I have no idea if it's related or not, but I had no idea what that ball of light or whatever that light source was. That's why I want to get a camera in here. Keep it recording 24/7.
Two separate crashes happen while he is inside the garage. After the first one, he finds a sledgehammer lying on the concrete floor, insisting it had been resting on a wooden table moments before. Then, from another part of the garage, a second hard clatter rings out. Each time, he talks directly to the empty room, calm but clearly tense, as if he already believes something in there is listening. He also mentions that during an earlier live stream, a viewer claiming to be a medium said they saw a man in overalls working at the garage workbench, the same area where the rotten egg smell was supposedly strongest. He admits he can't prove that, but after everything he's captured, he can't fully dismiss it either. And then, the most disturbing part happens, because the activity doesn't stay inside the garage. Back at his house, while walking through the living room with his phone out, he tries to record what sounds like footsteps coming from the basement stairs. But instead of footsteps, he captures something far more alarming.
Alright guys, so what's here in the...
Okay, this is the part we've actually seen before. The previous parts are brand new to us.
Walking on the basement steps again. I want to see if I catch it. See if it does it again. It was 4 times. I don't know if it was up, down.
Some of that noise in the background is his dog, which is sitting on the couch right behind him. Because in the previous clip, we saw him come down the stairs, come around this table, and the dog's on the couch off to the side. And yeah, so that's some of the panting and other noises behind him.
It sounded like up, down, up, down. It was right, literally right as I was making coffee. I started hearing it, and it was just, what is it?
That's interesting. I didn't notice that the first time, that this is a wagon wheel. That's kind of cool.
And I heard it 4 times. swore I heard knocking on this door.
A black slotted spoon is suddenly thrown from somewhere off camera and skids loudly across the kitchen floor. He freezes. Before that moment, strange animal-like grunts and wet, low snorting sounds can be heard in the room. Sounds that don't seem to match anything around him. This is where the haunting...
Now, Scary Compilations, I don't know if you've seen the previous clip we saw, but he has a English bulldog? He has some sort of bulldog on his couch, so that's the snorting and slurping noises. Yeah, this, if I remember the layout of his kitchen correctly, his utensils were in the corner. I don't know if they were hanging up or in a bowl. I can't remember, but they were up out of the way in a corner on the cupboards here.
Starts to feel less like random noises and more like possible poltergeist activity. Doors creaking, walls settling, or pipes knocking can sometimes be explained away. But an object being thrown across a kitchen with force and direction is much harder to ignore. Then came the sighting that seemed to shake him more than anything else. He returned to the garage at dusk and claims he saw a misty grey figure shaped like a man, standing inside with its back turned. When he yelled, the figure collapsed inward and vanished, almost like it was being pulled into a single point in the air. He described it as being sucked into a pinhole. Still terrified, he started recording moments later and tried to explain what he had just seen. Listen closely.
All right, guys, so I just had something that I cannot explain. I just saw somebody. I literally just saw somebody. I came in, did my normal, Jesus Christ. I came in, did my normal stuff, opened the doors, turned the lights on, set my bag, oh, Jesus. Set my bag and coffee over there, came and opened this bay door, turned around, and there was somebody standing there with their back to me. And my reaction, like, at first I was like, hey, like greeting somebody, but then like instantly I realized there's not supposed to be anybody else here. So it turned to like a, hey, and then like a scream. I had not yelled like that. And I can't remember the last time I yelled like that. And when I yelled, this thing just like vanished into itself, like it was sucked into a little pinhole, like it just shoo. And it had its back to me, but it looked like it was slightly starting to turn its head when I yelled. And it was a man, but it was not like dark or like a black shadow. It was like grayish. It was like a misty gray, but I can make out that it was a male. And it, holy, I was literally right in front of this mower. Because like I said, I opened that bay and looked, and it just, oh my God. I need cameras in here. I swear, I was not further than this mower here. You're not welcome here. Any negative or evil spirits, you're not.
Yeah, that saw came out of nowhere, really. I didn't see it on this shelf for sure. Now, there was some tools hanging up on the wall behind him underneath some other stuff, underneath some other shelving units. But I don't see where this saw came from.
Welcome. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. He protects me. His light shines around me and my property and my space. You're not allowed here. You're not allowed to follow me home. You're not allowed to attach to me. You're not welcome. Please find your peace. The Lord's light surrounds me and everywhere I go. Holy shit.
While he is still describing the figure disappearing, a hacksaw suddenly crashes to the concrete somewhere off to his right. The loud clang stops him mid-sentence. For a moment, he stands completely still. Then he begins speaking directly to whatever is inside that garage, warning it that it is not welcome and that it is not allowed to follow him home. His voice trembles as he says it. The figure he described is strange because it doesn't quite match a typical shadow figure. It wasn't completely black. It was grey, misty, and human-shaped. Solid enough that, at first glance, he thought it was a real person. Some viewers believe it could be an apparition connected to the cemetery nearby. Others think the garage itself may be holding on to something from the past. But whatever is happening in that building, the scariest part is that he keeps going back. And after the crashes, the thrown objects, the sulfur smell, the disembodied sounds, and that vanishing grey figure. One thing is clear. Whatever is inside that garage has not shown any...
Oh, okay, it's just going to end there. Poor Scary Comps cut himself off there at the end. But yeah, that'll do it for another Fright Night Friday. If you enjoyed this, look at the Scary Comps video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel. Then do the same over at Scary Comps. These are great videos. His thumbnails are almost like Sir Spook's, but far more exaggerated and scary. Like, if you saw the thumbnail for this one, you would have expected to see several large monsters. So, but yeah, the rest of the compilations are great. Again, we saw one previously from the bearded dude guy. Nothing from his garage, but other stuff in his house. But yeah, this must have been earlier, because the last clip we saw of his, he did a video where he said he wasn't going to acknowledge the spirit anymore, and then that's where the knife ended up point down in the middle of the kitchen floor. So yeah, that was a pretty good one, and I will catch you next week for another Fright Night Friday. Bye bye.